Mr. Howarth.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. As shadow for the S&D Group, I won't repeat the many things that we agree with and what's already been said, but we'll make a few other points. In large organisations where there are multiple budget lines, there is also multiple capacity for the duplication and of administrative time and waste, and that means we must look at them from time to time. The Commission's mid-term review concludes that the current range of external financing instruments are generally fit for purpose. It also identifies a number of possible synergies and overlaps between instruments and where streamlining might improve performance of these instruments and the flexibility they offer to address situations as they arise and develop. Coherence between instruments could improve, reducing the boundaries between geographic and thematic programmes which could intervene in the same areas. For example, the European Development Fund and the thematic component of the Development Cooperation Instrument overlap and support similar objectives, and this is also identified in the mid-term report of the European Development Fund. Unfortunately, neither of the Commission reports I've referred to make any recommendations on how these synergies and efficiencies might be achieved in practice. At least they don't for the moment. So I would hope the whole point of conducting such reviews would be to ensure that money we commit in our lengthy deliberations here is used effectively. So I look forward to serious plans emerging for realising these synergies post-2020. So while the need to improve flexibility is recognised, we on this side of the House would want to avoid redeploying the funding of development to security-related issues. Last year, the European Union draft budget foresaw the redeployment of €7.5 million from the Development Cooperation Instrument to the instrument contributing to stability and peace in order to finance new capacity development for capacity building for security and development. My group was against that last year, and we remain against it now, because the point which was made repeatedly in this morning's discussions from many sides of this House is if the European Union has new areas of work, then those new areas also require new resources. And furthermore, development, which frequently deals with the causes of conflict, should not be sacrificed in the name of security that can only hope to cope with the symptoms of conflict. The Commission's mid-term report also talks about the need to mainstream EU priorities. We would also hope that in restructuring the instruments post-2020, we can strengthen the focus on key European values that we also believe should be global values. Great emphasis in particular could be given to measures promoting gender equality in developing countries, practical measures, for example, sexual and reproductive health rights, family planning and birth control programmes. These aren't, Mr. President, nice-to-haves. These are key development issues currently being impeded by Donald Trump's global gag rule that prohibits US-financed NGOs from supporting these essential objectives. Finally, the ultimate measure of whether or not any programme is fulfilling its objectives is whether or not the money allocated to that programme is actually being spent on what's intended. And judging by some of the figures quoted in the Commission's mid-term report, I suggest that there's a great deal more room for improvement than the report itself acknowledges. Thank you.